Humanity has succeeded in planting eyes in space, allowing us to watch what is going on outside in real time. Even if we can't survive in space for very long, some of the strange images captured by these cameras every now and then are beyond the comprehension of even the most seasoned astronomers. In this video, we demonstrate how top NASA researchers recently made a remarkable finding in response to their satellite's detection of strange behavior above our planet. What sort of object has NASA detected? Scientists have various opinions on this, and in this video, you will get to know this and plenty more as we dive into the details of today's show. However, before getting started with the video officially, here's a quick reminder that you can subscribe for free and like the video so that we can boost the algorithm. Comments are most welcomed. One of the greatest achievements of humanity is the International Space Station, ISS. Although it accomplishes many important tasks, one of its most intriguing features is its camera system. Given the types of things people commonly record, some of them might surprise you. The ISS, which is the largest spacecraft ever created by humans, required substantial construction. The main structure was completed between 1998 and 2011, although new additions are constantly being built to accommodate new missions and research. It has been inhabited continuously since November 2000. So, who owns the ISS? NASA, the most well-known space agency in the world, does not actually own the International Space Station. Japan, Canada, the United States, Russia, and Europe are all participating in the program. Maintenance of the ISS is expensive, costing NASA about $3 billion annually, which is 1/3 of its budget for human space exploration. Russia, which sent 54 people there, has made significant contributions to the ISS as well. Please let me know if there is anything else I can assist you with. The ISS is visible in the night sky without any additional tools. Its brightness makes it comparable to the planet Venus. The station is made up of different modules, including the first Russian module, which houses the necessary equipment and living quarters for the crew. Solar arrays on the sides of the station produce electricity, while radiators control the temperature. Robotic arms outside the station were used during construction and for spacewalks. Airlocks allow astronauts to perform spacewalks, and docking ports allow spacecraft to dock with the station. The Russian Soyuz spacecraft is used to transport people to the ISS. The station's scientific research has resulted in products used on Earth. External cameras were launched by SpaceX as part of the CR-3 mission, and a live streaming service called Columbus Eye is operated by the University of Bonn in Germany. The cameras record live feeds and are protected in a pressurized, temperature-controlled box. Please let me know if there is anything else I can help you with. NASA's choice of cameras for upcoming missions may be influenced by the information they gather. The broadcast from these cameras is closely followed by many, including amateur astronomers who find them incredibly fascinating. Sometimes, these cameras capture exciting footage, leading to reports of UFO sightings. NASA sometimes switches from live content to previously recorded material, which has raised suspicion among viewers that they might be withholding information. One of the sky's mysteries that astronomers are still fascinated by is the object called Oumuamua, which passed through the solar system in 2017. Two astronomers from Arizona State University proposed that it was a chunk from a distant planet that collided with an asteroid, breaking it off and sending it into space. This research suggests that Oumuamua is a piece of an exoplanet, similar to Pluto, from another solar system. While this theory is exciting, there are still many unanswered questions about the mystery of Oumuamua. Despite this new research, astronomers acknowledge that more questions remain unanswered. The interesting and frustrating aspect is that none of the theories about Oumuamua are conclusive. Researchers continue to study and observe for further insights. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Asteroids and other flashes in the night with the Pan-STARRS-1 telescope in Maui first spotted this mystery object. It was moving away from the Sun at 50 miles per second on October 19, 2017. They named it Oumuamua, which means scout or messenger in Hawaiian. The object's trajectory indicated that it had exited the solar system and was heading towards outer space. It had already passed Earth when it was discovered. Changes in its brightness led astronomers to conclude that it was a tumbling object, with a length and width similar in size. Initially, it was thought to be an asteroid, but since it lacked a tail and gaseous cloud, which are common in comets, some astronomers proposed it could be the first interstellar visitor in our vicinity. The idea of a reddish, cigar-shaped rock gained popularity, although some suggested it could have a pancake-like shape. As Oumuamua accelerated while leaving the solar system, it behaved similar to comets, which often experience boosts from jets of evaporating gas on their surfaces. The research of Drs. Jackson and Desch illustrated the object resembling a cracker or flying cow chip. The discovery of Borisov in 2018, another interstellar trespasser behaving like a typical comet, further complicated the mystery. Avi Loeb, an astronomer at Harvard, proposed that Oumuamua was an alien space vessel and criticized the astronomical community for not considering more possibilities regarding extraterrestrial life. The object's shape was said to be consistent with a light sail, similar to the type that Loeb and his colleagues in the Breakthrough Starshot project hope to send to Alpha Centauri in the future. However, an international team of comet researchers disagreed with Loeb's hypothesis. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Experts, writing in Nature Astronomy in 2019 under the name of the Oumuamua ISSI team, concluded that all the data were consistent with a purely natural origin for Oumuamua. Last year, Dr. Lachlan of Yale and his student, Daryl Seligman, who is now at the University of Chicago, suggested that Oumuamua was a primordial iceberg of hydrogen. They proposed that it had formed in the dark, cold center of a molecular cloud, one of the vast assemblages of primordial gas that gave rise to stars. The problem was explaining how the hydrogen, which freezes at a temperature around 3 degrees Kelvin, would stay frozen during its long journey here. Inspired by the idea of hydrogen ice, Dr. Jackson and Dr. Desch explored other types of icebergs that could fit the bill. Eventually, they considered nitrogen. In nature, we have never seen examples of hydrogen ice, Dr. Desch said in an email. However, when the New Horizons spacecraft flew past Pluto in 2015, it discovered a world covered in nitrogen glaciers. Oumuamua was small, about half the length of a city block, and as thick as a 3-story building, but it had a shiny surface, similar to Pluto and Triton, which are also covered in nitrogen ice. According to Dr. Desch and Jackson's preferred theory, the young Oumuamua was ejected from a Pluto-like object orbiting a distant star around 500 million years ago. Initially, it would have been roughly rounded, but cosmic rays eroded it as it traveled through space. They estimate that it had lost about half of its original mass by the time it entered our solar system in 1995. Like a bar of soap in the shower, it likely melted throughout its orbit around the Sun, so that by the time it left the solar system, only about 10% of its mass would have remained due to the rocket-like impact of nitrogen evaporation. Nitrogen sublimates at about 25 degrees Kelvin, Dr. Desch said. We calculated that Oumuamua reached temperatures in the 45 to 50 K range as it rounded the Sun. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.